It's rough out there, you know, in the world. Some of us turn to writing for solace and inspiration. Text that helps us take in the dark and find the light. So if you are someone who wraps themselves in words to warm your heart, or maybe just looking for a little help getting through the day, week, year, join us as we talk to people about the pieces of writing they use to bolster their souls and remember their way. The good bones that remind us we can make this place beautiful.
Hello, hello. I'm Amy Winters.
And I am Kate Caldwell.
And we are very excited to introduce you to our new podcast, Finding Good Bones.
This podcast right here, this is the teaser for it. But it does exist. It's real. Mm-hmm. And we are your hosts. We will be your hosts. We are currently your hosts, among a number of roles.
Editor, producer, planner, talent.
Yeah.
What is it?
Talent is in air quotes. But anyhow, you're probably wondering, what is this podcast all about? And the answer to that is writing, words. But not just any writing or words or text, but very specific kind. Words writing that acknowledges the darkness and hard truths in this world, but also that provide a perspective shift on that darkness to allow light or hope to come in. Because I don't know, dear listener, if you know this, but life is hard. It is now. It has always been for as long as life has been. And there are many ways that we as humans find our way through it, find ways to mitigate that darkness and that hardness. And it can look like a lot of different things. I know for many people, like art and music and television and movies, all of these are things. Sports for some people.
Yeah.
Sports do it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And also for many of us, writing and words are a huge contributor. And when I say us, I both mean, people, but I also mean very specifically Amy and I. We are definitely proponents of the written word to help inspire and soothe. That is word both with a lowercase w and a capital case W as necessary. And
we like words so much.
We like words.
We're so good at them.
We're good at words. And yeah, it can look like a lot of different things, but in fact, that's a bit of where the title of this podcast came from. The poem by Maggie Smith, Good Bones, is one that I have certainly turned to more than once. But our first episode will be all about that poem. And yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to bring guests on, one guest per episode, and we're going to ask them to bring in a selection that does this for them, that acknowledges the darkness and the difficulty and brings in the light. Anything in writing.
Yes, in writing.
Anything with words fits here. So not just books or poems, but song lyrics or scripts, essays, anything like that has been written down. So speeches. There are some really good speeches that recognize the darkness and bring us the light.
But like published, right? Or it doesn't have to be published, but written, perhaps edited, and not necessarily like a quip, even though I love a Dorothy Parker, but like the quips of hers, like perhaps not, but like they're written down pieces.
And this will start making sense. Yeah, letters. This will start making sense as you hear further episodes and see what people bring in.
Although I do feel like we've described it.
I don't know. There may be some kind of writing we totally missed that listeners are right now.
No, yeah, I'm just saying. I do feel like we have very described
Very.
the
We
concept.
have very. We're going to get so many emails about an important thing we missed. So what we'll be doing, we'll bring them on. We'll be digging into what they love about what they brought, who wrote it, maybe, how it's helped them. Who wrote it can be problematic. I point you to Joss Whedon, for example, who created
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, one of the shows that Kate and I have both turned to often for light and darkness.
I mean, the hardest thing in this world is to live in it.
Yeah. So
I think about that all the time. It's from an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Joss Whedon is problematic.
It is very.
As are many people. Most people.
Yeah. I heard what you're most people. So sometimes that affects how you read and take in the piece that you really is affecting. And maybe we'll talk about that sometimes. And definitely how whatever piece the guest brings in has helped them.
Yeah.
And
really
our first guest. Our first guest is going to be Kate. That's going to happen.
Sure. But looking at not just the piece itself and the writing and looking at that, but finding and digging into the stories that surround it. And what people? Any people. You could be on this podcast if you want to write us at findinggoodbones@gmail.com. And we'll also have a closing section where you can actually, if you're interested, request a personalized selection.
Recommendation.
Almost a personalized good bone. And my apologies right now to anybody who thinks that this is about finding good
boners.
Yeah, good sex, because that would be called finding good bangs. And I do have good bangs, but like on my, you know what? We can cut this if we need to.
No, we are going to leave this in.
Anyway, people can both request selections. Just give us a little bit of information. There'll be a form on our website, or you can again email findinggoodbones@gmail.com. And then, if you're interested in being a guest, let us know that too. And so, we hope that you join us as we go finding good bones. This is a podcast all about the words, the writing, the text that helps us, take in the hardness that is life. Yeah, that was a little sexier than I meant it to be.
That's what she said. Okay, hang on.
We will be your hosts, and most of your other working. Fuck.
We're the. You did it really well last time. Hang on.
I did, and I don't want to do it this time.